Happy Monday, everyone. If you are in New York with me, today is an amazing day. It's about 80 degrees. And so I just want to say hello and happy Monday to you. My name is Janelle Villiers. I am an author. I am a coach. I am someone who is on the journey just like you, trying to get to the other side of a better mental health, better well-being, right? If you're not growing, you're dying. And so here we are on the journey together to being better people. And so I'm really excited to be with you today, as I love having all of you on the Other Side podcast with me. So if this is your first time with me, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat so I can welcome you to the other side. If you have been here before, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat so that way I can shout you out as a return visitor along with me on the journey. I'm really excited to talk about today's topic. It's near and dear to my heart. It's something I talk about a lot in my book. It has to do with shame. There's an acronym for shame. The acronym is self-hatred at my own expense. Self-hatred at my own expense. I love this acronym because when I'm trying to explain to people what the difference is between guilt and shame, often people think it's like the same thing. I think this acronym certainly helps distinguish between the two, but I'll just give you my favorite definition, whereas guilt is, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Shame is, I'm sorry, I am a mistake. And when you feel like I am a mistake, I am a bad person, I am not enough, I am unlovable, I'm unworthy. When you think those types of thoughts, that can literally disrupt so many things that happen in your life, in your adult life, in your romantic relationships, in your businesses, in your career, and whatever profession you're in, with your family members, right? If that's really what you're thinking about yourself, right? Like you literally hate yourself because you feel like you are unlovable by definition, then why would you do anything like really positive for yourself, right? People who are stuck in shame-based thinking typically do one of 3 things, if not all of them, which is self-sabotage, because why get anything good? They don't deserve anything good, right? Or why, I'll put it me, why should I get anything good? I don't deserve anything good. 2, they flirt with risky behavior. So it's like, oh, let me get close to the thing that I know is probably not a good thing. And then when it ends up resulting in a bad situation or a bad outcome, it's just proof. See, I'm not good. I'm a bad person. This just proves it. And the third thing is self-punishment by isolating yourself from others because you don't believe that you're good enough to be around other people. So this means that if they really got to know me, they really got to know who I was, they wouldn't love me. They wouldn't want to be around me. They'd abandon me. So instead of dealing with the abandonment, I'll just isolate myself first. So if you can relate to any of this, please go ahead and put in the chat that this is relatable. You've been there. I know I've certainly been there. And I was thinking about, there was a section in my book that I really wanted to talk about because I was talking about this acronym and it really just reminded me of like what we can do to help ourselves get out of the shame-based thinking, right? Because a lot of times you can just get in like this cycle, like I'm not a good person, I'm not a good person, I'm not a good person, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm ugly, I'm unlovable, I'm unlovable, right? Like you literally spiral, like it's just constant thought. And so one of the things that you can do is employ self-acceptance because it creates an understanding of self. So really the first step is understanding yourself, becoming aware that you're even having these thoughts. Because if you understand yourself and you think like, okay, I want to do better, I want to get better, you understand where you want to go and how you want to get there. And this promotes viewing ourselves with compassion rather than self-loathing, and thus getting rid of the shame, the self-hatred at my expense. Excuse me, I should change this as well. Otherwise it's shame-o-we. All right. So I was thinking about this in my book and I was just like, man, I really want to talk about this again with folks because I think there's a lot of this going on right now where people are just stuck in the shame spiral and they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to get better. And yet they think like putting an outward face or a mask of perfection, like everything's fine, everything's great over here, it's perfect, right? Like don't let them see me sweat, like whatever, everything's great over here. when really you're spiraling out of control, that only makes it worse, right? Because you isolate again, you continue to wear the mask, and you just feel like you can't really connect with people. And the kryptonite to shame is empathy. And the only way you can receive empathy is if you actually connect with other people, you share with other people what you're going through, some of the shame-based thinking that you're even having, and why, what's been going on for you, any triggers that have happened to cause that. So I hope this helps someone out there. Please let me know if it helps you. Share it with someone. If there's someone in your life who's like, oh man, they totally need to hear this, I would love if you did that. Tells the algorithm that this is important and valuable. That's my time, guys. See you guys next week. Have a great day.